Good day everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Okay. Today we will be discussing about a certain type of factoring, okay, which is the sum and difference of two cubes. This is a continuation to our discussions about factoring polynomials. So I hope po na nakapag-answer na kayo dun sa mga exercises natin, sa mga previous videos natin about factoring. And I hope you've learned something from it. Okay? Okay, so now we have here the sum and difference of two cubes. The first here is the sum of two cubes given by x cubed plus y cubed. Okay, and its factors are just equivalent to x plus y times x squared minus xy plus y squared. Okay. The second here, polynomial here, is x cubed minus y cubed, which is the difference of two cubes. And each factor is on its right side. Now, how did the factor of this, the sum and difference of two cubes, come up with this? Okay. As we try to observe, the first factor is just the sum or difference of the cube root of the first and the second term. No? Well, the second factor has a pattern. As you look at, the first term here, which is x squared, is simply the square of the first term. Since this is addition, or the sum of the cube roots, the second term has a sign of negative. And it is just a product of first term and then the second term, which is xy. While the last term would be positive, and it is just simply equivalent to the square of the second term, which is y squared. You just look at the pattern. When it is the difference of two cubes, so you write the first factor as x minus y, while the second factor would be positive lahat. No? Look at the pattern. When the sum of two cubes, the first factor is the sum of the cube roots of the first term and second term, while the second factor would be minus in the second term. Just try to analyze the formula, no? In getting the sum or difference, the factored form of sum and difference of two cubes. Okay, so let us apply that to our examples. Okay, so number 1, you're given x cubed plus 8. So let us assume that these examples are sum or difference of two cubes. Okay, so we have here x cubed plus 8. So what we're going to do here first is to obtain the cube root of each term. So we could have x, the cube root of x cubed is x, so that's the power of 3. Plus, what is the cube root of 8? So that is 2 to the power of 3. Okay? This is just the same because 2 cubed is just equivalent to 8. Because you multiply 2 times 2, 4, times 2, you got 8. While x cubed is just the same as x cubed. So, we now obtain the cube root of each term. So, the first factor would be, since plus man na siya, you have x plus 0. Okay. How do we obtain the second factor? It is just the square of the first factor. So, what is the square of x? That is x squared. Now, since this is plus or sum, we write minus according to its formula. So, how do we obtain the second term here? We just multiply 2 and x. So 2 times x, you have 2x. Okay, how do we obtain the last term? It is just simply the square of the second term. So what is the square of 2? That is equal to 4. Okay, so it follows that the factored form of x cubed plus 8 is this one. X plus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 4. Okay? I hope you got it. Okay. Okay. Now, let us consider example number 2. You have 8y cubed minus 25. So, this is a clear difference of two cubes. So, again, ulitin lang natin kung ano yung ginawa natin sa first example. So, dito, we get the cube root of 8, which is 2. What is the cube root of y? Y cubed, which is y. So, that's how we obtain the cube root. Okay, minus, what's the cube root of 125? That is 5 to the power of 3. Okay? Now, since this is difference of two cubes, this should be the form of its factored form. So let's factor. We already get the cube root of the first term and then the second term. So you have 2y minus 5. How about the second factor? But how did we obtain x squared? We just square this one, 2w. What is the square of 2w? That we have 4y squared. Since this is minus, the formula here says that it should be plus. So this would be plus. How do we obtain the second term here? We just multiply 2y times 5. You have 10y. Okay? Can you follow? Now, last Japan siya. So how do we obtain the last term? It is just the square of 5. So 5 times 5, you have 25. So that's it. That's the factor of 8y cubed minus 125. Okay? Klaro? May na-learn na ba kayo kahit kaunti? Okay. Kung wala pa, sige. Let us consider our third example. Okay, I hope may na-learn kayo ha. So, ano nga yung ginawa natin at first? Kinuha natin yung cube root ng 64. So, what is the cube root of 64? We have 4. No? What is the cube root of x cubed? That is x. So, yan yung cube root niya. Minus, what's the cube root of y cubed? So, you have y. So, may pair na tayo. So, we got the first factor, which is 4x minus y. Okay, ito lang yung isulat natin, yung na-include sa parentheses na first factor. No? Now, the second factor. The second factor here is, we can obtain this by considering the first term should be the squared of the first term. So, 4x times 4x, that is 16x squared. Since this is minus, according to the formula, plus siya dito, so we copy plus. So, how do we obtain the value here? We just multiply 4x times y, you have 4xy. Plus, what's the square of y? Simply, you have y squared. Okay? Did you get it? It's just simple as that. When you factored this is sum or difference of two cubes. Okay? Any clarifications or motions? If none, I hope this is already enough example for you to consider. Maingay na kasi yung mga manok ko, mag-alas 4 na. Pasensya na po. Okay, by the way, I will give you an exercises for you to answer. Okay, I'll give you an exercises. I hope may na-learn kayo. So, I'll give you an exercises. Agad-agad. Para fresh pa yun dito sa ano nyo. Sa mga brilliant minds ninyo. Okay, factor the following. I hope mag-enjoy kayo ng pagsasagot, no? Pasensya na po kayo sa mga manok ko. Bukas, wala na po yan. Kakatayin ko na yan lahat. Number 2. Para mag-enjoy naman kayo dyan, Kasi nasa lockdown tayo. At least you will enjoy your time in answering.
Kasi, ano? Kasi ka?
Loko kang pagdo. Sir, bike raw, sir.
Kasi ito pangutan.
Sir. Papasok motor, sir. Ha?
Okay, last example. Okay. Ito. I hope you will enjoy in answering these examples. Salamat po. Pasensya na po kayo sa mga disturbo. Yung mga manok ko talaga maiingay. So, I'll just give you the answer to that. I hope mag-enjoy kayo. Okay. And hope you share it with your friends. Thank you po.